Hello everyone, how are you? Okay, I wanted to take a quick minute, just a real quick minute, because I have a lot to do. My husband's ran to the store to pick up some finger food at church here in a little while, but I wanted to take a quick moment and share what I've done so far in this journal last night with you, because my computer was dead last night. The battery, had to be charged, so I couldn't film it last night while I was doing it. So this is just going to be a quick one because, like I said, I have a lot to get done before church. Cooking and so forth. We all have to feed our husbands and families, right? I know mine lets me know when he gets hungry, and I'm sure yours does too. So let's do this. All right, I've already showed you the cover and how to fold the pages. All right, let me adjust this where you can see. Move it this way. Let's see if we can move it out a little ways. All right. This is just some extra things that I'm using in the journal making supplies in there. I went and I added some sheer fabric. Sheer fabric is great to add into these fabric and paper and lace journals. It just, because it's sheer and it's very delicate and feminine. So, and this one is floral, so it matches. So I added it. And on this page, I made a belly band, and I'm trying to use up all my scraps, all my snippets. I'm working on using everything up that I have in my craft room in these journals because I want to redo my craft room, and I have so much stuff in there. We were in the process of redoing it, and some things happened along the way that kind of got in the way. I had to move some stuff in there that was in another room. To take care of my aunt. So this is where I'm at. I'm trying to clean everything up, get it all taken care of and used up, and get my craft room back. Get all the furniture moved back out of there that don't belong in there and all those kind of things. So anyway, back to the journal. We are using some sheer fabric. I've added that in. I love, put little things in there to add interest. I've added a belly band here. We have some linen, lace, and toil, and I sewed it. And then I sewed it to the page. Added a little, oh, you can't see that, can you? Added a little tab here. Okay. Oops. This is a piece of this sheer fabric. Let me show you how pretty it is. Wet from glue, because I did do that earlier. It's just a little tiny piece. I don't know if you can see it. Isn't that? All right, let's do it again. You can see the little rows and so forth there. So I did that, and I made a pocket here with some linen fabric. Okay. More of my scraps that I made another tab. Another piece of that lace table runner that I used as an insert. Another piece of linen. It looks like it was a snippet, and it had a little bit of embroidered lace here. This is a piece of toil that I'm going to use, that I'm going to use to make a tab, so I've stuck that down in there. Okay, another pocket out of the linen with the crocheted lace on it. Some more of that flowered chiffon fabric. Okay. Another tuck spot and another little tab. I'm sorry, I can't talk straight today. Another little tab that I made out of some little snippets. It's simply just a little piece of that linen fabric, some lace, snippet of lace folded over it, another little snippet of lace here, and a little rose glued to it. Over here, I had a snippet of lace that I put there, glued a little snippet here that was sent to me. Under it, there's another little snippet that I used, and I glued a pearl, flat pearl there. Okay, this is going on a paper clip, and it's going to be clipped onto here. And of course, here I took some of that sheer fabric, made a flip up. I have a little bow, some lace up here. The bow I have on there with a bobby pin right now, but it will be glued on with a hot glue gun. Okay, here I took another little snippet of lace, glued it on, glued a flower on, and this is a tuck spot. Another little, well, kind of a large snippet of a doily that I just put in there for interest. A pocket. I will be going back and embellishing this some more. Some more lace that I have put in as another insert. And it will all be trimmed up even when I'm done. Another little flower that I made out of some snippets. It's just a little piece of cheesecloth, little snippet of lace. It was about that long and about that wide, put on top of it. Some little eyelash trim, and then some tulle that I just made a little rose and a flat back pearl. And there's a pocket. Okay, just pockets here. We did that yesterday, I think, when we were folding pages. The other side of that piece of lace, and it will be trimmed up at the end. I just haven't trimmed it yet. This is another pocket. The other side of the doily. Another tuck, bag. This I wrapped around. I have not decided if I'm going to leave it that way or if I'm going to trim it off. So that's the way that is. I will probably trim it off, or I may leave it that way. I don't know. I cannot make up my mind. But it would make a nice little tuck spot, but we have a bag there as well, so I'm just not sure on that yet. Pocket. I added some lace here to this tuck spot to dress it up. I will be embellishing that some more. More lace here. Another tuck spot that I have added lace, a little snippet that was sent to me for my birthday, and an applique here. And I will be adding more to that. Here, I took some of this lace. This won't show. This here will not show whenever it is sewed in. Okay. And I'm going to trim it up at the top so it will be even with the page, but it just gives a little flip there. And here we have another pocket that I will be adding more to. And another flower that I made out of some tulle, light pink tulle, a little snippet of some sheer ribbon with some eyelash trim on it, and a flat back pearl. Added some fabric from a curtain here. I don't know if you can see the weaving. Yes. And some lace onto that. When I added the fabric from the curtain, the weaving just gave the basket a little more real look. And more of that sheer fabric, and that's it for today on that one. I also have this flower that I'm going to incorporate in there somewhere. So that's it for that one for today. That's where we're at with it. Now, I also worked on this one last night. This is the fairy journal that I've been working on. And this is the cover. I had some upholstery fabric. It's one of the remnants that was gifted to me from a friend. I had cut this picture out of one of those books that I showed you in my haul last week, the little fairy doll book. And I used it. I took my upholstery fabric and I used this paper and sewed it and made a pocket. Glued some trim, glued some kind of iridescent lace onto it. Some ruffled satin and sheer trim down here with little rhinestone, kind of metal rhinestones, and some little sequins on it. Glued some flat back beads onto here. Added an applique, the little fairy, added some kind of shiny tulle behind her little wings here to give it a more fun look to it. Added some little paint, clear paints here, gel paints to kind of make it shiny. I don't know if you can see if it'll pick it up or not. Yeah, it does. To make it more shiny. Added the applique and glued the little roses on. And that is the front of the cover. Here we have our pocket. I added a coffee doily that I had dyed. I did not dye this paper. I bought it this color. Here is a pocket, took from a page from a book. And here we have some ephemera. I need to glue that. It's just an old scorecard, and I had added this little piece from a book at the top. and it tucks down in there like so. Okay, here's an envelope, a butterfly sticker, a die cut from one of those adult coloring books that I just colored in, and it has a card. And it just simply has a card in there. Okay, and there is a pocket here where I can add something else. A game card turned into a journal card. It's just, I don't know what you would call those, but I just sewed around the edges of it, sewed the paper on, added a little ticket. The envelope was made out of a page from the fairy book. It says all about fairies, and I added some other papers in there, little rose, plant, and so forth. Okay, here, another page that I tore to use as a pocket. Put a recipe card, a little tiny postcard, and some of these. These were printed out online. I'm sorry, I cannot, it's been a while and I cannot remember where I printed them out, but I do know that it was free. Okay, another page from the little fairy book, used to make a pocket. Made a little journaling memo thing there. Just a little quilt square flipped over, a little die cut and stapled to make a little memo pad. And that tucks right down inside there like that. Okay, 2 little tags. This one was gifted to me. I'm sorry, I can't remember who. It's been a while. This one I made just out of little book page, paper snippets, little fairies from the book, and the word fairy from the book. Another pocket memo pad that I made. Used the page from the book, folded it over, and I tore it and folded it over. The pocket was made by a page in the book being torn out, torn around, and sewed in. Paper clip that was gifted to me in a swap. Just some little snippets used here. There's a tag, a little ticket, a little tag that I made, a feather, and a little flower, and then a packet of just some Sweet William seed that I put in there. A pocket from a book sewed onto it, the page, and then just a little napkin that was gifted to me, a journal tag, and some journaling paper. Here, another page from that book, a little flip-up journaling spot, embellished with some little page, little snippet from a book, and a little thing I cut out from the fairy book. And that tucks down inside there. And I sewed it, and that tucks down inside there. Okay, inside this one, just a piece of that paper, piece of music sheet, sewed around the edges, added this little tab up here, and a little sticker here with roses. Another one of those things I printed out on the computer. I wish I could remember who it was. I think it come from Pinterest. I do know that. I apologize to whoever because I just cannot remember. I have trouble with memory. Okay, here we have another pocket. I sewed on. I also sewed some of this little rickrack around it. Another little journal spot made from an index card, a little ribbit with a little tag, and a little die cut flower. Just simple little pieces that I had that I'm just trying to use up. Okay. Flip it over. We have another pocket that I made from ripping a page out of the book. Another little memo pad made with some of the paper and die cut flower, a little piece of music paper, another little die cut, and stapled. Very simple to use, very simple to make. Okay, here I always try to incorporate something out of my devotional book, something inspiring in there. This is from a Joyce Meyer's devotional book. You never know when someone may need something like that. A little piece from the fairy book, torn out, torn into a tuck spot, and sewed on. Another one of those little cards. And this is just one of the little squares that I received in some Happy Mail. This was in some Happy Mail, and a little die cut that I purchased. And those go in there like that. Okay. Next page, I just made a flip up journaling space. There's lots of it. There's several pages there, simply by sewing a piece that I tore out of the book across the top. A flip out with some flowers and some journal space down here, journal space here. Another page from that little book that I tore out and sewed on. Here, another one of those little things that I printed out, and a page from the book, the fairy book, and I just used my little thing, did around the edges, sewed it into an envelope, and put a little piece of paper in there. Okay, and that tucks right up in there. Journal space, another corner tuck, sewed on, made from the book. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. Tucked in there, just a journal card. Here, I created a tuck spot by just tearing a border off the top of a page in the book. Made a little journaling spot, flip up card type thing. Took one of my die cut butterflies that I had purchased, a little die cut, tucked them in there, stapled them on there and tucked it in there, and another one of these. Here, I made another tuck spot here simply by tearing some of the paper out of that book. Made another journal tag with some paper and music paper and a sticker, and just sewing this on here to make a little tuck spot at the top. And the can journal on the back, and that tucks into there. Another little torn out piece made into a little pocket. A little, oh, my mind's blanking out. Business card that I covered with some butterflies and a little thing here, and turned it into a little journal card and tucked that in there, and another little memo thing here that I made there. I mean, you can use all kinds of things to do this, and it's fun. Another little memo type thing here with some pages, more journal space made from a book page and some of this paper. Just a little empty blank card that I added in there, a paper clip that I received in a swap, a little envelope that I made with some lace and some paper and sewed it and added some paper inside, and just took a little die cut that I received in some Happy Mail, a little die cut flower, die cut butterfly, and a little wise man or angel, I think it's an angel, confetti, metal confetti, foil confetti, and glued it on there to make the little journal spot there. Another little journaling piece, and some of my pink dyed paper that I did. And all of that just tucks down into here, just like this. And there's that page. Now we have the other side of that flip out. We have a little journal spot here and journal spot here. Another one of my pockets that I made. I did not sew this one, I glued it. A journal card and a guest check that I embellished. Okay, journal spot, another one of those book pages that I tore and made a pocket, added a little box thing that you can make out in there, another little card in an envelope, and that is tucked down inside there. Okay, these are just paper clipped on there. It's another one of these little memo things that I made with journal space, a little card that I made and embellished. Okay, here is just a pocket that I made, put a picture from the book in there, and another little journal card that I embellished and stuck behind there. Another pocket with some paper stuck in it. Another pocket with journal paper tucked in it. Another pocket with some poetry, fairy poetry, the fairy book, some poetry about fairies, journal space, another pocket sewn in from the book, and some blank journaling paper, and more journal space, another pocket. Well, this is a double pocket. We have a pocket here and a pocket here, and we have a journal card. Okay, and everything that I used was made from the book, Come on a Magic Journey with Disney. All it takes is faith, trust, and a little bit of pixie dust. You can cut words in your books. There's so many things you can do. You just have to use your imagination. And that is it. This one is ready to be sewn into my cover. I will be using, this is the back. This will be sewed on, cut in half and sewed on to make the tie for the closure, and it will tie closed. So there you have the fairy book. It will be for sale for $15 on eBay. I'm not doing very well with my Etsy store because I had a problem with last year around Christmas time. I had a lot going on in my life with some illnesses, and some family members that I were taking care of and so forth. And then my machines broke down, and it just one thing after another. And I ended up having to refund money to customers because I just did not have the time or the equipment to finish up some orders. And I received some bad reviews because of it. So no one's ordering from me on Etsy right now because of that. But I am selling on eBay, so this will be on eBay for $15. Or you can contact me here at buddydonnabell@gmail.com. buddydonnabell@gmail.com. And this one is $15. And like I said, this will be the ties to tie it closed. It will be tied into a bow. So this is gorgeous. Perfect for a young teenager or an adult. It's a beautiful gift, beautiful for a birthday, Christmas. You know, if you have someone that loves to journal, it's just perfect. So that's it for today. I thank you all, and God bless you. Have a good day. Give me a thumbs up, please. Like and subscribe, and thank you very much. God bless. Bye-bye.